Thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas, so we need to fill up our stockings and hopefully we'll get the right mail this weekend, because we are going to chat very shortly with Brendan Barnes and Lachie Manzelmann. We've got a 10-race program coming through on Saturday night from Albion Park. Well-balanced card. Looking forward to the free-for-all, which is race number 9. Well, he's very busy at the moment, Brendan Barnes, but he's spared us a few minutes to go through his drives on Saturday night for Albion Park. Brendan's with us now. Appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
Firstly, best of luck with the upcoming series in Melbourne as well next week.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to it.
Okay, race 1 Saturday night. Moretti is your first drive. That's in the Veterans. You were successful with this horse 2 starts ago. He was unplaced here earlier in the week. Tell us what happened there Tuesday.
Yeah, it was probably just a bit of a tricky run race. We tried to get forward early and couldn't. We just sort of had to get a long way back in probably an upside down run race and just sort of never found our way into it, but his run was sort of quite sound. Okay, so you got gate 5. What's the initial plan? Go forward here? Yeah, we'll probably want to get as handy as we can and sort of hope we can get up amongst the action and be close enough. He's good enough to win, isn't he? He proved that 2 starts ago. Yeah, he is. He was probably racing a little bit up and down, but yeah, he showed there 2 starts ago that if he does show up and run his best race, he's good enough. Okay, so if he produces his best, he's going to be right in the firing line here. Yeah, you'd think so. Okay, let's move across now to race 4. Make Mine Memphis. He is racing in super consistent form of late. Can he break through here on Saturday night? Yeah, he's pretty good at finding sort of one just a little bit better than him, but yeah, he's racing super and sort of on paper, he's probably down in grade a little bit there. Obviously, he's probably going to have to do a little bit of work again, but sort of Key Largo is probably going to run favourite from the inside, and you could probably say he's coming up in grade. So he'll definitely, probably put himself sort of into a sort of handy position and put himself nice and close, and he'll be in the money, that's for sure. Okay, his run last week off that poor gate was excellent. Yeah, it was really good. We did a lot of work early, and sort of when we made that move sort of mid-race, we sort of went around quite quick, and they were going sort of at a solid tempo as it was. So yeah, his run was really good. He's shown that he can do work in his races, but that's not the ideal position for him outside the leader, is it? No, it's not. He actually, he's quite fast, sort of saved up for one run, so it'll just sort of depend on how the tempo is early, but we sort of know we're going to earn money if we do have to drive him tough, or it sort of doesn't really matter. You'd sort of expect him to earn from that draw. So when you've looked at this field, ideally, where would you want to be in running with Make Mine Memphis? Somewhere sort of really, really close, sort of without having to sort of make a run too early would be ideal, but Key Largo looks like he'll sort of probably be the early leader and probably quite comfortably, so we might have to roll forward and get up outside him, but we'll probably just sort of make that decision behind the gate. Okay, well, he won't be too far away, that's for sure. Make Mine Memphis, he never is. Race number 6 on Saturday night. She's Notorious. She's drawn out in gate 7. That's not the draw that you were hoping for. No, not at all. She's going quite well, so she's actually got quite a little bit gate speed, so we might be able to roll the dice with her early and maybe find a position. These mares races, they're quite open, they're quite even. So looking at this field, how do you think she sort of sits in this lineup? Yeah, probably the draw hurts a little bit. I definitely don't. I don't think she's out of it. I think if she could sort of find a spot handy enough, her last probably 3 runs have all been quite sound. But yeah, it's just a matter of getting somewhere close enough to the action. If you lit her up here from gate 7, is she any chance of getting across? I think she'll go pretty close. I think there's one there maybe drawn about 5 that's pretty quick out, but she's got really good speed. She came out really well on Wednesday night, so she's definitely got enough that she'll get herself quite handy. Is Lovin' Miss Dixie the horse that you're thinking of? That's the one. Okay, well, hopefully she won't be far away. She's Notorious. Let's go across to race 8, another race for the mares. You've picked up the drive here on a whole lot of pretty, drawn 2 off the second row. How do you assess her chances? Probably not a bad little trail and draw. She's very consistent, and with the right trip, she's always dangerous. Again, it's a race that is open. There's no standout performer in this race. Yeah, it is, as you see, sort of week in, week out at the moment with these mares races. They're not overly strong, and they're all sort of, probably pretty even, so a number of them could win. Are you hoping for a little bit of tempo early here? Yeah, I think that'd be nice. If there's a little bit, it could set up nicely for us to get into the money late. All right. Race 9, the free-for-all. This is going to be a very intriguing race for a number of reasons. Northview Hustler turned over last week behind Mac Da Vinci. Now he's got to take on the up-and-comers like Uncle Shank and Big Wheels. Can he turn it around? Can he bounce back? Northview Hustler. It's going to be interesting to see sort of how that race pans out early. Obviously, we've we've got a little bit of gate speed. We'll look to come out early, but Big Wheels and Uncle Shank are real gate flyers. So no doubt they'll both be wanting to go forward, and we'll just have to sort of play it by ear.
Do you think, just looking at it, would it shock you if one of those two runners that we just mentioned, Big Wheels and Uncle Shank, did get across in front of you early?
Not really, to be honest. I'd probably say Uncle Shank's probably the early leader, to be fair.
Okay, so if you're sitting on his back, how do we see Northview Hustler now?
It probably just sort of depends on tempo. If there's a little mid-race breather, which it looks like there will be, then we're probably just going to be racing for minor money. But, he should, if he can get to the fence, he should run top 3.
Were you shocked, disappointed, combination of both when you got beaten last week behind Mac Da Vinci?
A little bit. I think we'll probably all expecting him to win, but he's run home in probably as good a sectionals as he can. He's getting on a little bit now. He's getting old, and I think sort of Mac Da Vinci's sectionals were just sort of unbelievable, and he just ran off the screen. So I think it was probably more a credit to Mac Da Vinci than it was a disappointment to my fella.
Did he prove last week, Mac Da Vinci, that he's the #1 free-for-aller here right now?
In my opinion, yeah, for sure.
What about the fact that you come back from 2100 to the mile? Is that an advantage or a disadvantage for Northview Hustler?
Sort of in his career, he has been preferred at 2100, but maybe getting a little bit older, he might be a little bit sort of better over the mile, but we'll just have to wait and see Saturday night.
Okay, that's a good contest there. The free-for-all race 9, the last race 10, the trot. Father Christmas, he's got barrier 1. It's 2,138 metres. Yes, it's a stand start, but is he capable of going all the way?
I think so. He's probably put in a couple little disappointing runs there. He's never far away, but he just wasn't feeling like his old self there for a few starts. But last week he did a little bit of work and he wasn't beaten far, and it was the first time for probably 4 or 5 starts he'd actually grabbed the bit and sort of felt like he can. So yeah, I think he'll go well. There's
a few question marks against a couple of key runners in this field, just with their manners of late. They have been let down, or they're letting themselves down. So if Father Christmas, as per normal, gets away safely, he's going to prove hard to catch, isn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's not normally the quickest away, but we'll just have to sort of see he's sort of you can't really chase him away early. You just got to let him find his feet and do what he wants. And some days he wants to be a little bit quicker, and some days he just wants to be a little bit steady. So we'll just have to wait and see. But touch wood, he should do everything right and sort of trot pretty well.
Well, just looking at that front line, you've got Kingdom Come, Stress Factor, Sugar and Spice, Aladdin, Saint. Do any of them sort of fear or put a little bit of fear in your mind early about getting away really swiftly?
Kingdom Come on his day can get away pretty sharp, but he looks for a trail. So if we do if he happens to beat us away and the others are a bit steady away, we might be able to sort of work our way off and sort of work our way back around.
Okay, and I'm the Commandos directly behind you off 10 metres. He is a flyer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll have to be mindful of that.
Okay, interesting race to wrap up the card on Saturday night. What's the drive you're most looking forward to?
Hopefully Make Mine Memphis, I think.
Okay, we'll go nice and early there. Race 4, number 5, Make Mine Memphis. Really appreciate the time. Best of luck Saturday night. Best of luck in Melbourne next week as well.
Thanks, Chris. Cheers.
Well, he's become a regular, but he's steering us into the good oil here. Lachie Manzelmann, he's back with us again for Weekend Winners, and he's got some interesting drives on Saturday night. Lachie, appreciate the time.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
I'm keen to talk about race 2 because there's a swap going on here. So Extra and Better Jiggle. They've been clashing a lot in recent times. You've normally been driving Better Jiggle and Chloe's normally been driving So Extra. This week there's a swap. There's a concession claim for Better Jiggle, so Chloe hops on. But this is going to be an interesting clash again here between these two informed horses.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you see this race playing out? So Extra drawn gate 3. How do you sort of look at the speed around you?
Well, I'll be finding the top one way or the other. I'll either just push my way there or they'll let me go. So,
were you surprised So Extra didn't go looking for the lead last week, or Carlu Bradley was determined to hold and that's why he got left parked out?
I sort of was a bit surprised she didn't have a bit of a crack early. I wasn't surprised Carlu Bradley held the front because I thought he would. He was really good when he was sitting outside So Extra a few starts ago. And just expected him to want to hold the front, and that's what he did and run a really good race.
Okay, we're back at a mile here on the weekend as well. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, or it makes no difference to So Extra?
I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but yeah, I think this will be his week to get over the top of Better Jiggle.
Okay, there's a few horses in this field that are going well though.
Yeah, definitely. They're racing on Saturdays for a reason. They're probably our better sort of quality horses, and they're showing us why.
All right, well, that's So Extra, race number 2. Let's move across now to race number 7. Baker Creek, drawn out in 7. You'll move into 6 with Molly's Mariella being an early scratching. Where's Baker Creek at right now, in your opinion?
She's actually going really well, but she just draws 7 every week, whether it's random barrier draw, NR rating. It doesn't really seem to bother her. She just loves drawing 7.
So from gate 7, do you just snag up early and go back?
Yeah, I don't think there's much else we can do about it. We'll just have to drive for luck and hope it comes our way.
Okay, but it's going to be a matter of time before she bobs up and scores here, but it won't shock you if she does it this weekend.
No, but when she gets a barrier draw, I think she'll show everyone that she's been going really well.
Okay. Race number 8, Watchful Lady. We spoke to you last week about Watchful Lady. We thought it was D-Day last week. She had barrier 1. Now she's got gate 7. Is this field any easier than last week?
I think it actually is a little bit easier.
Is that possible?
Oh, I don't know. The barrier draw stings us real bad this week, and last week it actually didn't turn into the right trip. Like, we sort of got held up right when we needed to be moving, and then she actually hit the line really well for once, and still missed out. So hopefully we can get something done.
But importantly, she's given you some confidence by the way she did attack the line last week. Is
Yep.
your mind made up already what you do here at the start, or are you just going to sort of play it as it plays out?
She's one of those ones where you just see what happens. If she decides she wants to go forward, well, we'll get up there and get involved. But it's sort of hard to go back in these sort of races because there's not really anyone to cut you up, and she's probably not good enough to do it herself. So got to be up there.
Okay, so it's a tough gate. Dancing to the Beat, is that the horse to beat?
Yeah, it raced really well last week, so yeah.
Okay, well, fingers crossed that this will be the week for Watchful Lady as she goes around in race number 8. That race for the mares. And your old mate in the last race, Kingdom Come. You had feature race success with him 4 starts ago. How does he sort of shape up here on the weekend?
Yeah, he's always there. You know what you're going to get with him. He trots the whole way, he does everything right, just needs luck to go his way.
Is there a chance with his normal speed at the start that he could lead this field?
I actually wouldn't be surprised if he did get across to the fence straight away, but also Father Christmas does step quite quick, so if it's on its toes, well, we probably won't ping it.
I tell you what, there's a few in this race that you've got to take on trust, and that could be a good thing because, as you outlined, you know what to expect with Kingdom Come.
Yeah, exactly right. They're all good horses, but they have their quirks, whereas you know what you're getting with him, he'd trot all day.
All right, and the distance doesn't make any difference to him? Mile, 21, 2600?
Nah, the longer the better, but yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Okay, so he's a good shot there in that last race. So which driver are you most looking forward to on the weekend?
I think So Extra just wins, so probably him.
Okay, we'll go nice and early with race 2, number 3, So Extra. Lachie, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries, thank you.
As always, a big thanks to both Brendan and Lachie giving up their time and insights ahead of their drives on Saturday night. And again, best wishes to Brendan Barnes, representing Queensland in the Australasian Young Drivers Championship in Victoria next week. I'm sure he'll represent the state very proudly there. Time now for a good gamble on Saturday night with this 10-race program. Race 7, number 4, Lady Ivana. She's low flying, this mare. She's actually been served, so she should be in foal to Star Stallion Always Be Mickey. And I think she's got the hoof right on the till. So race 7, number 4, Lady Ivana, making her the best bet. Remember, if you are gambling across the weekend, please do so responsibly. We'll see you at the Creek on Saturday night. 10 races starting around 5:30.